Some creatures are lost to time. They leave behind no corpse, no bones, no fossils, nor even a legend or net. But it is the purpose of the creature who wishes to remain unknown. Dracos Dragruel was such a creature. At first glance, thousands of years ago, you might have thought he was nothing more than a soldier, albeit a very large one, from some strange land, not an uncommon sight for the time when magic and mayhem consumed the earth. The centuries slipped by and the millennia wasted away, and with that most magic dissipated from the world and the creatures of myth and magic faded into the mists of time. Not Dracos Dragruel. Dracos was the spawn of the dragon people back when dragons darkened the skies. The dragon people were the only humans to live in peace with their mythological neighbors, and they developed a symbiotic relationship with their magical reptilian friends. For millennia, the dragon folk bred cattle for their charges, and in return the dragons kept their human caretakers safe. Men, greedy men, were always on the prowl for not only dragon's gold, but also the dragon's blood, bones, and claws for the magical powers they possessed. The dragon people had no desire for gold, since it was in their nature to coexist with the earth in its mightiest splendours. But some did partake of a gift that could only be given by a dragon, the blood of a dragon. The gift was not given freely by dragons, for its effects on humans was not just transformative, but evolutionary. In all of the millennia that the dragons ruled the skies were only 156 humans so gifted as such, and Dracos Dragruel was the mightiest and the last of them all. When the three kings of Golgakia, Murdrak and Danos, invaded the dragon folk's land in 1200 BC, only Gemios, the elder dragon, was still breathing. He was old, slow, and but with only one eye. The three kings had come for the bed of gold Gemios swept upon in its very magical blood. When they came, mercy was not in their hearts. The outer villages of the eastern edge of the dragon folk's land were decimated and awash in blood as the 30,000 strong army of the three kings swarmed into the ancient valley of the dragons. No one was spared. Those dragon folk who escaped the initial attack by the armies of the three kings all fled to Partel, the one and only city of the dragon folks, and which guarded the entrance to old Denios's cave. The army entered the valley ridged by the mountains surrounding the keep. Intent on spilling both human and dragon blood, they entered the other dragon pass to the east. The end of the pass opened wide into the grazing fields of the dragon folks' cattle grounds. There were no cattle there this day, as they had been sequestered away in the massive forest under Daniel's mountain. Partel was locked down. Its gates and doors were all sealed shut. The dragon warriors lined the city walls ready to rain fire down on the approaching armies. Immense war machines hid behind the great walls and were prepared to lock fire and stone at the invaders. Dracos Dragruel stood 1,000 cubits in front of the gates of Partal as the approaching army loomed off in the distance. Their war drums paced out the rhythm of the approaching soldiers' march. Their many feet vibrated the ground under Dracos' feet. And this made him smile. It is said at the time of the Battle of Three Armies, Dracos Dragruel stood 7 feet tall and weighed around 14 stone. He stood before the three armies and waited patiently. The army stopped only 100 cubits in front of Dracos, assuming he was part of some great trap by the dragon folk. Dracos remained silent. The three kings mulled over what this man was and what this trap was. Eventually, the king sent 10 of their finest warriors to issue an ultimatum to Dracos and the people of Partel.
Hail, Dragon Warrior. We have only come for the dragon's gold and the dragon's blood. Tell your people to lay down their weapons and stand aside, and no harm will come to them.
No harm shall come to my folk that you have not yet killed, whether you leave or stay.
Are all of the Dragon Warriors so arrogant warrior.
I cannot speak for them, but do not confuse arrogance for confidence.
Ha! No matter. Our soldiers desire blood.
And what of you and your friends? Do you desire my blood?
Archers!
Vile kings, you have come to my land, the land of my people, the dragon people. You have killed my people, women, children. You have violated the Valley of the Dragons, and there will be no mercy for any of you. Behold, the fury of the dragons.
We are kings. We are of royal blood. Please, you must show us mercy.
Dragons care not whether you be king or peasant, and I will show you the same mercy you show the women and children of my dragon folk. And your screams will be legendary.
There's not much magic left in the world. Men chose science, logic, and facts as their interpretation of the unknown. Monsters and myth were relegated to fantasy, and the heroes of old were forgotten. Mankind had evolved somewhat. Their violence was marginally mitigated by millennia of war, terror, and mayhem. The fact that humanity had the means to end all life on our earth tempered their warlike nature. Wars became much smaller and local, but heartbreaking nevertheless. Modern humanity strove for peace among nations, yet it always seemed to be just out of reach. Iris Anderson was an anthropologist specializing in early Mesopotamian cultures. She had visited the Middle East many times and was booted from the country twice. The first time was as a young student of her 20s during the First Iraq War. The second time was 12 years later during the Second Iraq War.
I don't give a shit what your colonel said, Sergeant. I have 3 years of work left in that cave, and I need to retrieve it before I evacuate. We're talking millions of dollars in data and equipment that can't be replaced.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have my orders. We cannot accompany to your dig site. We've been ordered back to the front to pick up recon duties. I can't even lend you one of my men.
Fine. Wonderful. Can I take the bloody truck?
Ma'am, the colonel didn't say anything about equipment, and I'll be quite frank with you. I'm more afraid of you than I am of him.
I just said means yeah.
Yes, ma'am. You can also take our interpreters, Mustafa and Jassim, just in case you run into any angry locals.
Had you, Sergeant. And Sam, be safe.
Thank you, Nam. You too. All right, people, let's pack it up. Mustafa and Jassim, you're with Professor Anderson and our people. Everyone else with me.
So are we good? Can we collect what's left of our work?
Yeah. The sergeant said he's more afraid of me than the colonel, so we're in.
What about the truck?
Through either generosity or sheer terror, he's going to lend us the truck. We need to get our asses over the cave ASAP, load up, and get the hell out. Any questions?
No,
Professor.
We are returning to the cave, lady?
Yes. We need to collect as much equipment as we can, and of course all the data recorders.
Yes, lady.
Is there anything else I need to know about the cave and its surroundings? Like,
Yes, lady.
are any of Saddam's men around there?
There have not been any here in a month. Most adult men and soldiers are at the border with Kuwait.
Thank the Lord for small favors. All right, let's get moving. Jake and Mustafa with me. There's one last thing I want to check at the back of the cave. The rest of you get this equipment and load it up. Anything with date on it has priority.
Yes, Professor.
Yes, Professor.
Mustafa, stay here and gather up our data reporters. Jake, you're with me. I have something I want to show you. I found something a few days ago and didn't get to tell anyone because of the bloody invasion.
What the hell?
After a quick review of the cuneiform text on the door, it appears his name translates to Dracos Dragruel.
What the hell?
I know, right? And look what I found.
What? Where did you find that?
This will make you laugh. Humans hadn't changed much in the past few thousand years. It was above the door on the door jamb.
Oh my god, that's too funny. You didn't go in?
I didn't get a chance, but hey, here we are. Better step back. I don't know how safe this thing is.
That was impressive.
Watch where you step and keep your eye out for triggers and traps.
Wow, this place is amazing. I'll bet you $1 million that the remains inside do not contain a man with the head of a dragon.
Jake, you're in academia. You don't have $1 million.
Thanks so much for reminding me.
This is Sumerian cuneiform, but it's much older than anything I've ever seen before. I don't recognize some of the characters, but essentially they give us the name of the Dragon Man.
Really? Let me guess. His name is Conan.
Haha. No. Like I said before at the door, his name is Dracos Dragruel.
Dracos meaning dragon, I assume.
I think that's a fair assumption.
I'll bet there's a secret button.
I can always tell which of my students have watched the Indiana Jones movies.
Ha! Important research. Call me crazy, but the Dragon Man's head looks like it might be a... Whoa! I can't believe that worked. You better step back. I don't know what this thing is going to do. What the hell was that?
Shit. It has to be the Iraqi army.
Oh my god, what should we do?
Hide! Everyone back here behind the sarcophagus.
We are in big trouble, lady. At least 20 of them, and Justine is dead.
Only God.
He saw them first, and was running back to warn us when they ran him over in front of us. I killed the bastard that did that, and his partner, before we ran into the cave.
Oh, great. Someone
Where
else
did he
is coming
come from?
to us. I think he
What did
basically
he say?
said, "Who dare disturbs Dracos Dragruel?"
Isn't he supposed to... for like thousands of years?
ارفعوا أيديكم في الهواء.
What did he say?
He asked what kind of tiny arrows are these. Everyone do exactly as I do. Exactly. Mustafa, lose the pistol. Dracos Dragruel, Kurgel di Kulua si Aji. God, I hope that was right.
What did you say to him?
Hopefully, I asked for him not to kill us.
Well, that was a good idea.
Dracos aste gudidi agolal.
What did he say? He's not going to tear us apart too, is he?
No, he says he means to feed, and we should all avert our eyes. He called us his children. Doozy says.
Feed? What is he named? Oh, he's a vampire. Oh my god, that explains a few things.
Easy high go bad. Labami son.
He said we can open our eyes and he wants to know who these warriors are. Hogel, Lou, Eric, Lugal.
Go batter do.
Evidently he thinks they're Golgotha garbage.
Husadra. Niguiai. Sunimu easy see. Sa.
He says he can see much time has passed and he wants us to teach him our ways. Well, I hope this isn't a mistake. January 6th, 2035. Another day that will live in infamy. We had no chance as they swarmed D.C., London, Paris, Rome, Moscow, Shanghai, and so on. They hit our cities first, and then began a systematic retrieval of just about every single human being on the planet. At least 1 billion people were killed in the initial onslaught, as they demonstrated how ineffectual our weapons were against theirs. It was apparent they wanted our planet intact since they didn't use any nukes, chemical or biological UMDs. Instead, they released targeted bioweapons and a variety of terrifying creatures that shredded anything that stood in their way. These were emotionless, soulless creatures that didn't care who their victims were. Men, women, children, rich or poor, were all on the menu. We were herded onto starships to be sold as slaves to their galactic empire while they took possession of our world. It only took them 6 months to wipe the Earth clean of humanity, and for the few billion left, they were crammed into massive slave ships headed to points across the galaxy. I spent my 80th birthday in the slave hold of an alien spaceship, headed off to who knows where. I had married Jake 30 years ago, and he brought 2 lovely children in this world, a boy and a girl named Johnny and Bobby. They were the pride and love of my life, and now I have no idea where they are. I am alone. And whether I like it or not, the stars are my destination. My beloved Jake was killed in the initial assault on D.C. I was vacationing in Costa Rica at the time and was caught up in the initial sweep of humanity a month later, after the world fell. Like millions of others, I was herded up into one of the Imperial Druze slave ships and sent off to who knows where. 80 years old, a storied career, and now I am destined for the slave pens of some strange world. My captors, the Draos, are a race of tyrannical reptilian warriors who have claimed all they have found in the galaxy as their own. Their empire spans several hundred worlds, which they rule with an iron fist. They make the Romans look like idiot clowns. When we brought Dracos back to DC, the US government immediately labeled him top secret and sequestered him away in an underground facility. I was tapped as interpreter and worked with Dracos for 10 years, teaching him English and the ways of humanity in the 21st century. Of course, the military was only interested in tapping his innate skills and crafting a weapon out of him. Dracos had no interest in performing tricks for those he thought were inferior, nor did he care to be their lapdog. Eventually, they pushed him too far during his training, and dozens of soldiers were killed. He had almost breached his quarantine when a lucky explosion knocked him out and pinned him under a 1-ton steel beam. The military was never comfortable with his dietary requirements and were afraid if it ever got out, they were basically feeding and training an honest-to-God, living, breathing vampire. Americans might get upset, to put it mildly. They locked him up in a steel box that they fashioned after the sarcophagus they found him in, and once again Dracos slept the long sleep. I wonder if humanity's enslavement was karma for the way that we treated Dracos. The Draos informed us it would be a 5-year flight to their homeworld, despite whatever faster-than-light method their ship engines were capable of. Once at their destination, we would be sold off and sent to all corners of the galaxy. We've already been implanted with a neural universal translator, an internal pacification device, which delivers excruciating microcurrents to ping centers in the brain. Turn it up to 10, and it will kill you.
You are the human labeled Iris Anderson, yes?
Yes, my lord. Am I to be killed?
Come with us. We have a use for you. Not today, Iris Anderson. Not today. Come.
Hello, Iris Anderson. I am Das Clock, chief scientist of this vessel. We require your assistance in opening this steel box your kind has created. We do not understand why we cannot cut it open. It defies science and logic. According to the records recovered with this box, you were connected to this project. Is this true?
Yes, my lord.
And what is in this box?
A man, my lord. Just a man.
Why is this man placed in this box that we cannot open?
He was being punished. He killed many human soldiers, so our military locked him in this box.
Oh, I think our emperor would enjoy such a human participating in our gains. Your race is a disappointment in how weak you are, but it sounds like this human might stand a chance against some of the mighty warriors from across the galaxy that provide sport for the Jews. We require you to open the box.
I can try, my lord, but the military did this without telling me.
Yet you know what prevents our lasers from cutting the box open?
I have an idea, my lord. It's magic.
You are all so primitive. Your technology is not without its merits, but still you believe in magic. Say your spells, sing your incantations, whatever it is you need to do to open the box, and we will reward you with more comfortable accommodations for the remainder of the trip to our homeworld. Yes?
Yes, my lord.
Clear the room. This old weak human is no threat to me, and I want no distractions for this human. Go.
There's not much magic left in the world, Iris Anderson. But there is some, and it can be tapped for you to protect yourself.
I'm a scientist, Dracos. I don't believe in magic.
But you have seen.
I know. It's just that, well, magic is a science I don't understand.
Whatever you need to understand, it will work as long as you believe it. Say the words I taught you, but roll them around in your mind first and entwine the words with what you desire.
Then what do I desire, Dracos?
You desire to destroy that chariot.
Okay. Arnold Nathrak, Uthvas Betha, Dachiel, Dienve. Okay, that sucked. Let me try it again. Arnold Nathrak, Uthvas Betha, Dachiel, Dienve.
Speak the words with your mind as well as with your lips.
Arnold Nathrak, Uthvas Betha, Dachiel, Dienve. Holy shit!
It is not holy, and it is not shit. It is magic unleashed.
Ano Nathrak, Uthvas Betha, Dachiel, Dienve. Ano Nathrak, Uthvas Betha, Dachiel, Dienve. Oh shit. Behold the dragon warrior. Behold the keeper of secrets. Behold the destroyer of armies. Behold the protector of men. Behold Dracos Dragruel.
Hello, Iris Anderson. How are you?
Not so well, old friend. I have to be brief and speak in the old tongue. Look around you.
Lizard men. I thought I'd killed all of those millennia ago in the swamps of Argos.
What are you saying to him, human? What is this language?
I'm trying to keep him calm, my lord. The language is called Cherokee.
Cherokee? It sounds like Sumerian to me.
Dracos, they don't understand Sumerian or Cherokee. At least right now. I'm trying to keep them off balance. Listen carefully. These are not lizard men from the past. They are an alien race from another planet. They have destroyed most of what humanity has spent a few thousand years building. They've enslaved all of us, and we were on a slave ship headed to their own world.
They look weak.
What is he saying? What are you saying? Baladanet, turn those bloody alarms off and get some more Marines in there now.
She says you are a mighty race, and he is in awe of your beauty.
Shall I rip his head off first?
No, Dracos. I'm sure they had quarantine protocols that will fill this room with either fire, poison gas, or God knows what. Dracos, we need to shut down their systems with your powers. They don't believe or understand magic.
How did you get so old? How many years have passed?
Dracos, can we table that until later? You might survive quarantine. I won't.
Very well. I will play nice for now.
What is he saying, human?
I have told him of your games, my lord, and he is excited to show off his skill.
Oh, you got that right, lady.
Oh, I can see. That is called a smile on his face. It indicates happiness. Good. I wish to understand this magic. It defies all of our understanding of the universe. What is wrong, human? Why do you fall to the floor? It is unseemly.
Magic comes from within, my lord. I am drained.
Speaking of being drained, I wonder if lizard blood is satisfying.
Dracos, don't do it. We need to bide our time.
I was making a joke, Iris. Mostly.
That is called laughter. Why does he laugh?
He has fun at my expense, my lord. He says I am a poor student.
I did not. Ask him about breakfast, and none of that bottled shit. I need a live meal.
There aren't many of us left, Dracos. You can't just go eating the rest of humanity.
Human, what are you discussing now?
Bring me 10. I'll only drain them by half.
Answer me.
My apologies, my lord. We were discussing his dietary needs.
Which are?
He needs 10 large, strong men to feed on, my lord.
He eats his own kind?
No, my lord. He requires their blood. He is not entirely human.
Interesting. Will this not kill the men? Wasting 10 slaves for one man's meal will not go well with the overseer.
He will only partially drain them, my lord, and his strength will begin to return.
Ah, I see. Well, if anything, the game promoters will love all of this fallacious human blood-sucking cannibalism. We still have 2 more years of travel. I'm going to enjoy studying this one and your so-called magic. Ah, here are the Marines. Blatnet, take Iris and a human warrior to observation holding cell B123. Find 10 large human males and bring them there also. Sergeant, take a man and escort Blatnet and these to the holding cell and get some maintenance up here to clean up this mess.